Mic check 1, 2. How's it going? What is up, guys? Welcome back. It looks like everything is running okay. I think we're in decent shape. Oh, here we are. We're back. This is a bonus stream. If you guys didn't know, if you were tuning into this in the unknown future, I'm Ben. This is Kame Trick, coming to you from the past. And it's been a wild time. We had some storms. We had all manner of gnarliness. Lost internet. Lost power. Power was out for 2 weeks. Internet was out for 3. And so, yeah, I'm trying to stream on Friday, my usual, every Friday from 9 p.m. Central Time until midnight. And then Saturday, we have our Touge stream. We do about every month and a half a Touge battle, more grip racing style. And that's what I'm going to be practicing a little bit tonight. Super low-key, I did not have the opportunity to practice like I usually do prior to events, because I had no electricity. So I'm legitimately just chilling, running a stream, making sure everything works, and hopefully we're good. Oh, also wonderful things. I usually have a studio light over here to make the camera quality a little better. It's actually not as bad as I would have expected checking out the preview here. However, had some bad luck and broke that bad boy recently. I had something underneath of it that I didn't realize was sitting under the tripod leg, and I picked it up and that shattered all over the wall and made for a wonderful cleanup situation. But we're getting through it. So, yeah, we're just gonna chill. How are y'all doing? We got Ainsley in the house. Sprankles Alpha, what is up? Fang Universe, good to see you. Pearl612, welcome back. Julian, one of our regulars. I was going to do the Touge challenge, but my computer can't handle it. Oof. Sorry to hear that. What's up, Jason Garcia? How are you? Oh, gosh. I suppose I'll do the usual. So, shout out to recent subs. We got XG Silent Panda, Negativity, Rahimi, Zenova, Teddy Beers, Ben Floyd, Clay Cantrell, Petrol Panda, dig that name, Lester Lee, Prince O, and Mr. Netrebamimeno, Peyota777, C1SAV, Angelito Balinbean, Mahones, Jeff Coe, Evan Scott as well. Thank you guys for the subs. Welcome. Evan, I was actually setting up my live stream equipment when you subscribed, so even though I wasn't live, I saw that pop in with the notification, which was kind of rad. Subs up. Ace, good to see you. Welcome back. Josh, how's it going? Working? Hey man, this is okay. You're not missing out on anything. Like, it's gonna be a really chill stream. We're just hanging out. Hansi says might be getting a PC for Beats and AC. Yeah man, a PC is the way to go. PC Assetto Corsa is rad. Simulated missions, what is up? Oh, join me, I got school tomorrow. Oh, Friday off. Heck yeah, that's rad. Alex, good to see you. Man, it has been so long since I've done a broadcast, like, from my actual computer. It feels good to be back. Feels good to be back. I didn't advertise this at all. It's not in the regular timeline, so I don't think we're gonna have a whole lot of folks here, and that's okay. That's okay. We're just chilling. So far, everything looks good on my end. The bitrate's good. Can I do a link for these cars in the Discord? These cars are private. Other than for drivers, sorry. We might release them at some point in the near future, but, well, in the unknown future. There's no official plan for that right now, though. Ainsley, you guys can, or chat, you can help Ainsley out with his questions about Assetto while I'm driving. Sprinkles, this is low-key for sure. Drift RS, I actually have, if you search my channel for 4K editing computer or editing rig, I have a video explaining all the parts with unboxing and then a build video too. Toby, what is up? Thank you for dropping in. Alright, let's do some driving. Gonna make sure everything looks good here as well. So I'll be rocking my SIL 80 for this event like we do for every event. And I'm hoping that I can get the hang of this track. I legitimately haven't done a single lap in it. I know nothing about it other than that it was in Initial D. But I've like straight up never driven this Touge road. So, we're gonna try it. Gonna hop in the car here. Pull up some of my apps that I use to learn tracks. Basically, I run a data app called Sidekick. It doesn't do anything too special. It's just a little bit of everything that I need. I've got my current time, which is just running because I've been yapping sitting here. And it shows tire pressures, and then these bars are going to show my telemetry. And it's also got revs right here, which turn yellow and red when it's about time to shift. So that's kind of a cool thing. And then of course track map. I stick it annoyingly right in the middle of the screen so that I can really look at it and use it to help speed up how quickly I can learn the courses. I'm not shy about using all the sim tech available to help, you know, shorten my learning curve for stuff like this. What is up, Nate? Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it, brother. Yeah, the setup is, it's alright. It's not too bad. I've been working on it for a while. Weeaboo Tariku just subbed. Thank you, my friend, for sending it. Screen recording, I'm presently using OBS. You can actually, in my far right monitor, you can see it right here. So, I'm able to kind of monitor things. Let's see, I'm going to go ahead and turn off the preview. Save a couple of tiny bits of RAM, and I'm just going to slide this down over here. Because when I'm drifting on stream, I need my ghetto keyboard e-brake. I'm working on fixing my regular e-brake, but I need my e-brake to actually work, and if I have OBS pulled up, it thinks I'm trying to type into chat, and it screws me over, basically. So I can't keep chat up while I drive. But in this case, I'm going to try to check in with you guys periodically while I cut laps. Otherwise, we're just kind of chilling. Expert Fear, what is up? Welcome. Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Matt Buddy as well with the subscribe hashtag me too. What is up? Falcon, hey from Brazil. How's it going? How's the weather in Brazil right now? I've never been, but I've seen some pictures in it. It looks like a beautiful place. Bad J, what is up? Different side of PS4. Main thing on PS4 is that you're not able to use mods, unfortunately. That's just not a thing. So that is what we're missing. Trevor, what's going on? Alright, we're gonna check out this course. This is Usui Pass, Usui Short. And I'm just trying to get the feel for it, so I'm not trying to go as fast as I possibly can, because I'll just crash the car. That's why I say it's a low-key stream. Generally, if I can, I like to learn tracks by cutting a few easy laps on them first. And then once we have cut a few easy laps, I'll usually start cutting laps in anger. Expert Sphere. I can't speak English tonight, sorry. Thank you for the sub. Chanderu Toroko, arigatou gozaimasu. I can speak Japanese okay, but for some reason, just a little tongue-tied. Probably just being out of the habit of streaming. It has been a minute. Ooh, nice little juke there. This course has got some interesting high-speed areas, which are probably going to cause some epic wipeouts during the Touge battle. which we run. We're having one this Saturday. And for those of you who are in Europe or Ireland or the UK, all those fams across the sea who normally have a difficult time tuning into my stream, you guys will actually be able to check this one out, because my Touge Challenge videos always happen around 6 or 7 p.m. your time. So I hope that you guys will tune in for that. I will be streaming it and competing in it in this channel. I don't compete super hard because it just seems a little too self-serving. I mean, I give it a college try, but I don't practice as feverishly as I could. Just try to put on a good show and keep up with everybody else, basically. Another quick section. So I'm figuring that the tuning for the car is going to be really important for this track, because there's a fair speed difference. We can definitely get into third for a few areas here, and that is probably going to mean that the car is going to need to be a little bit more stable at high speed, which might have us experiencing some understeer in the lower speed turns. Usually cars that are really stable at high speeds are not the most nimble at lower speeds. Oh, here comes a really tight turn. With some curbing. May have to see if I can jump that, because no mechanical sympathy. Just goofing, taking the side road, because why not? Alright, so we have a fast section here with heel toe down. And another quick section. So it looks like the end of this course is going to have increasing speed, which is personally something that throws me off in these competitions. Usually the end of the course is a place where I don't get as much practice anyway, just because when I'm learning I'll tend to go really hard and wipe out on some of the earlier turns. So I'm like the most practice at the first half of the course and get increasingly a little bit sketchier towards the last half. Combine that with just battles in general, and it's a recipe for a dynamic end of the battles. Alright, so that gave us a 4:13. Obviously we were going super slow. Oh man, chat is alive. I'm gonna do the best that I can to keep up. Trevor, I'm doing some grip stuff today, although we'll be sliding because we're on, you know, street tires and all. Spiffy, what is up? Don't know if you know this, but it's a Wednesday. Thank you for the super chat, brother. I always appreciate your support. Yeah, I'm just trying to make up to you guys the fact that I haven't streamed in a while, and also, wrong button, trying to make sure that everything is running right. So what do you guys think of Usui Short? Austin in Tampa waiting for the hurricane to hit. Oof. Yeah, it did get re-upgraded to a hurricane, didn't it? Oh man. Weebu Tariku. So this steering wheel is I think it's a Japanese wheel. It's a Moko Moko is my suspicion. It's a chameleon wheel. So you can't really see it in the light. I keep trying to show you guys. Shark Attack, what is up? Welcome back. But basically, it goes from like a green to a purple, and there's a little bit of gray depending if you're in between that green and purple. Unfortunately, it has no identifying marks or numbers of any kind, so not quite sure. Wish it was longer. Yeah, the short course is pretty quick. Jillian, unfortunately, I'm not able to work from home. We did for a couple of months, but at the present moment, I'm having to come on in. Time and days, attorney. Where are you at, Trevor? As far as like Central Time, my time here in the States, it's Saturday afternoon. We'll start, I think, around 12 or 11:30. So it's going to be probably something in the vicinity of like 5 or 6 p.m. for folks in the UK, for example. Cool French fries. If you're trying to get a triple monitor setup, I know what to do for NVIDIA stuff. You use their NVIDIA surround option. Look up Chris Hayes' video on YouTube for setting it up. He has a great tutorial. Trevor, you're in Hawaii. Okay, cool. I drift, but this is a race practice that we're doing. Hey, 108 viewers. Not too bad considering that this is just completely off the cuff. Happy Vets Day as well to you, Corey. Thank you. All right. We're going to try and cut a slightly less slow lap here. See how that goes. Sema FFA, thank you for the sub. Welcome to the crew. Actually going to move my chat window. It's a little distracting for grip driving where I have it. I'm hoping that I can manage to put it in a better spot here. What is up, the news? How are you? Yeah. That'll work better. Prodrider, this is on the Team Classified server with the private cars. Public server, but private car pack, so hop in if you want to. I'm not trying to get like battles going because I legit don't know the course. But I mean, Neff hopped in. He's cutting laps, so yeah, hop in if you got the cars. Oh goodness. All right. This is the part where I crash the car a lot. We're gonna try and drive slightly faster. Trying to beat a 413. Should not be too difficult. But like I said, cut me a break, because I legitimately have not practiced the track any at all, and I don't know what I'm doing. I'm also just using a completely stock tune of my car. Oh, that was a bad call. Gotta watch out for that curb. Yeah, that curb right there. The one I just said I need to watch out for. That's the curb I gotta watch out for. Like Neff is going to be following me in the 8.6. See him on the track map as a little black dot back behind me. Up to third. And back down to second. Looks like we'll be up in third again. Actually a decently quick turn. Oh, little guardrail tap there. On the brakes too early, which is a problem. Get on the brakes too early, the car turns in better than you expect, and you find yourself apexing into the guardrail a little too early, which leads to a small time loss. But the real demon about that situation, the real problem, is that frequently, oh, that's dangerous. Frequently you end up being like psychologically really tempted to get onto the gas. Oh, that was a bad move. And if you get onto the gas too early, you effectively cause yourself to understeer the car and go super wide. It's like the biggest like rookie move. Alright, let's see what kind of... Ooh, it's quick. We're gonna have to time our braking decently here. Heel toe down to second. Shift lock into first because I miscalculated that just a little bit. Slide her into a drift around this turn. Not the fastest, but we're on street tires, so there's not much of a time loss from drifting. Oh, now this is probably going to get ugly. Because I do not know the track, and I'm carrying heaps of speed. Ooh, don't hit those curves. Those curves are gnarly. Alright, so we're down to a 354. And tire pressures are a little low. So first up, it's going to be a tire pressure reset, and it looks like the server just happened to do this gnarly crossfade for me, so that's cool. So, I know... Ooh, it got dark all of a sudden. That I need a little bit more tire pressure. We're just going to bump them up across the board. And I'm experimenting with the amount of fuel that the car carries, because fuel has weight. Imagine carrying 30, 1 gallon containers of water, or like 2 liter containers if you're not in the States, and you will realize that that's pretty darn heavy. So if you run your car at its default, like 30 liters of fuel that they come in with these particular cars, like you'll get wrecked. Also, the server just decided it was nighttime. It's doing some super crazy red sky stuff because my custom shaders patch doesn't like it. And that popping noise you hear is actually fireworks because I have my CSP set up to do fireworks at night. So that's going to be mildly aggravating. I don't know if I can turn that off. I probably can't. I don't think I can turn that off. Hey, you are Polo, what is up, man? Somebody who knows the track, probably, which is not me. Just checking a few things, Yeah, I don't think I can turn any of that off. I'm sure this won't let me change anything. Yep. Alright, cool. So now, because why the heck not, we're gonna do some Touge driving in pitch dark for reasons I don't understand, with fireworks going off. Because why not? Matt says I only drift on Forza 7. All good. Not a problem. I have not tried the WDTS 86 on Ito Hazuka. I have tried the Chaser, and this car. I've done drift runs on Ito Hazuka, but it's not even a drift car. It doesn't have, it's got stock angle, so. Nap just our luck. Yep, it is nighttime Touge indeed. Yeah, I know I've got to uncheck in CSP. I don't want to exit the game just to do that, though. I'm just going to let it roll. I just thought perhaps the app could do it. I've never looked in the in-game apps. Alright, Neff, I'm ready. I guess. I'm probably going to run out of fuel because I turned my fuel down one click. But we'll try it. Lead the way, sir. Oh boy, it is harder to see in the dark. So, one thing that is important to know is that it's really ideal to learn these kind of courses in the sunlight when you can see stuff, because you use your visual references, just like in drifting, to help you figure out where everything is and where you are. And the less visual references you have, probably the harder it is to learn. Which can make it a little difficult. And as usual, I'm cutting it as close to the guardrail as I possibly can. Oh, way too fast. Alright, so I don't have enough visual references or experience to know how slow I need to go there yet. Oh, headlights can't see around the turn. I thought I had gotten far enough around to step on it. I had not, which is a recipe for understeer. And there's our end of fuel. Alright, so I have figured out the minimum amount of fuel that I can run, and it's a little bit more than that. Which is what we gotta do. Always have to run out of fuel in order to figure out the amount that you need to carry. Gotta hang on for just 1 second. Gotta send a quick text. Man, my Touge pants, absolutely. Diff settings, it's all stock, and unless you have the car pack, it's a private pack, so I don't know that it'll matter if you know the settings. What do I even want to do to the car? Could use a little bit more front traction. So, time to fool with that. Let's see, how's our tow and everything? One thing that I don't understand, but for some reason, adjusting my camera to actually have less, which is not how cars actually work in real life, seems to generate faster speeds for me. Just gonna try that for now. I need 1 more liter of fuel. I'm gonna run 2 though, so that I have a little bit of safety margin just in case. Alright. We'll cut a lap like this, and we'll see what we get. Lambo, what is up? Thank you for the love, I appreciate it, buddy. Shine, we're running a custom pack. The base is, for this particular car, we've got a ton of cars in the pack. Like, we've got Datsun 510s and Mazda RX-3s and FCs and stuff. Everything is based on cars that are available publicly, but all the physics are and tires are custom to attempt, big emphasis on attempt, to balance the handling for the cars. Damn, I can't see. Okay, I can't go even like a quarter as fast because I'm literally just blind and I need to learn the track in the daylight. I may hop offline and learn the track offline and just stream that, because I cannot hope to drive this track at any sort of speed when I can't see anything and I have no idea how it goes. Like right here. Nope, undrivable. I'm gonna hop offline. Sorry guys. We will continue to stream, but my objective here is to learn, and I cannot do that while I am in this scenario. So we'll pick up my car. I'm pretty serious about trying to give a decent show on Saturday, and I will not learn anything tonight if that's all that I do. As cool as night driving is, you need to know where the heck you are going in order to do it successfully. Alright, Usui Pass. Come here. Yeah, I'm not gonna fool with it. It's fine. Thank you, Donaf. I can't actually, like, battle anybody since I don't know the track, so... Like I said, it's gonna be a low-key stream. Alright, so we should be back. I'm gonna double check my preview. Yes, we are back. Shine, thank you for the sub. Glad to have you aboard. I stream normally every Friday night at 9 p.m. Central Time here on YouTube. Oh, it's so nice to be able to see. Let's try this. And I also stream on my Twitch channel later on Friday nights after the YouTube part, and that's starting around 10:30 at night. That's twitch.tv/ that suddenly became a drift run / Kame trick. Five liters of fuel is what we want. I'm going to reset this to default, save it. Drive the car. This is a car that I feel is reasonably balanced. It tends towards understeer, but it's a car that's fairly easy to drive in its stock configuration. And that's important I think a lot of times you can fall into a trap trying to tune your car before you know the track very well. Because if you don't know the track very well, then you're going to drive it in a way that's irrelevant while you're tuning. And then once you learn the track, you might choose to drive it completely differently. And so your tuning decisions may, not guaranteed, but may just be way off. So I'm just going to focus on looking around, on seeing the track, and trying to decide how I want to attack it. Now, because the cars are on street tires, there are going to be some small slides that we'll get into at various moments. Car seems fairly tail happy under braking. Seems like the rear tires are giving up traction before the fronts, which is something that, as like a full-time kind of drift fan, I'm pretty okay with. Oh wow, that is a really tight turn. I'll have to remember that. But a lot of times you can become faster and more confident with a car that's a little bit more planted, even if you end up having some mid-corner understeer as a result. Need to go wider through there. And turn a little bit later because I'll probably have superior performance if I'm not obliterating the car on the ground there. Oh, that is another one of those just really tight sections. So there's two areas where I definitely carry too much speed. Hopefully I can remember which ones they are. Gotta be patient through that longer turn. Can't get on throttle too early there. That's a sketchy section as well. I'm gonna have to really practice the last part of the track here. And we hit some crazy kind of wall. That was a bad time. Okay, so I'm feeling like the rear of the car is a little bit too slippery. Paul, what is up? How's it going? Inertia drift helps on a few corners in Usui. I believe it. Braden, yeah, so Julian is right on. If you are monetized on Twitch in any way, affiliate or partner, unless you are big enough, which I am not, to negotiate special contract deals, the boilerplate affiliate and Twitch partner contract disallows dual streaming. YouTube doesn't care if you do, Facebook doesn't care if you do, Twitch disallows that, probably as an attempt to retain their market share. Also, are we even live anymore? Ace, yeah, okay, we're cool. Curiously, my concurrent viewers on YouTube Studio, which I just happened to check, says I have 0. So that's hilarious. But we good. Rice and Water, what is up? Welcome. So I need to get this car slightly more rear traction. I think I'm gonna fool with the dampers for that. Either that or the rear bar. Probably the the rear bar. I'm gonna go down one click. Tiny, tiny changes. And then I will save that tiny change as whatever the track is and the number 2 or 3 or 4. That way I can kind of roll back if I don't like a change that I make. So it is my hope that that slightly softer rear bar is going to give the rear of the car slightly more traction. Tighter turns, the car may not be quite as nimble. However, on the faster sections, the car will probably be a little bit more stable. At least we're going to test it and find out during this lap. The problem is, if I get too much understeer, then it's just not worth it, because most of the corners are slow. Ooh, that flows really well if you can do it right. That is good to know. Should have gone wider, I could have carried more speed. Oh, I did not expect it to get so tight. Lost a lot of time on that slide, it was unnecessary. Oh, well, we just died. Even though I do real-life motorsports, when I'm learning in sim, I have no respect. I'm just like, yeah, okay. We're just going to send it and figure it out. I think that the best way to learn would probably be to go a lot slower for a lot longer. It's like a thing that I heard Devin Nash say. He was quoting somebody else, and it's a really good quote. It won't make sense right away, but it's something to the effect of, "I'm sorry for writing you such a long letter. I didn't have time to write you a short one." Which is counterintuitive, right? But what it means is that, like, to really have economy of movement, to really make your thoughts and communication concise, you have to break too late again. You have to actually put a fair amount of effort into it, more than you would think, where it's actually easier to talk too much, to write too long, to ramble, which I'm guilty of on the live stream. It takes less effort to say more than it does to say less. And learning a track is probably like that as well, where really, the slower that you can go, the better. But I'm just not going to take the time to drive that slow. Okay, not a huge fan of the changes I made there, so I'm going to go back to 1. and get rid of 2. Cal Morales, thank you for sending it. Welcome to the show. The new Minami map. Yeah, it's the technically copyright infringing ripoff of Drift 21. Yes, it's an awesome map. Fang, I'm using a Fanatec Club Sport wheelbase and pedals and everything else. Hey John, good to see you. Yeah, we're getting a couple in. Unfortunately, the server online switched from daytime to nighttime, and I'm not about to deal with that. So I've got a lot of learning to do, and I can't waste my time not being able to see what I'm doing. Just as well, sending it with the sub. Thank you for making Itsuki send all those clutch cakes and joining the channel. Nexels, what's up, man? Alec, if your parachute fails, you have the rest of your life to figure it out. That is so true. Ebisu South. Yeah, Minami is legit. Their version is very beautiful. Oh gosh, what am I doing? So I'm not gonna mess with drivetrain. I think I'm gonna mess with my bound and rebound. Not sure whether I need to bump more or bump less here. Lower values at the rear make the car more stable at initial turn-in, but can provoke inertia movements of the rear on chicanes and fast direction changing. I'm not worried about initial turn-in. I think I'm going to bump up rebound by a click in the rear. Let's see what that does. You guys are subbing like crazy. Thank you for your support. Alright, we're going to save this and then cut a few more laps here. Let me see who all we have to welcome to the channel. We've got Edgar Castillo, Damien Ziadzus, Haro, and Eric Stutzman. Thank you guys. Welcome. Good to see you guys. Trey, I can answer that really easily. So let me turn on my preview and let me switch to video chat. So in real life, I'm a drifter. This is me at Ebisu. I film all kinds of stuff on the YouTube channel. The video library has, I don't know, 150 some videos. All drifting specific, except for a few autocross vids. And so I pulled clips for my just chatting screen, which is what you're seeing here. And they just cycle through at random. There's my drift car covered in a shit ton of LEDs. It's just things we do. And so I mostly drift. I've also been autocrossing. I have about, I don't know, 10 plus years of autocrossing experience, mostly in rear drive cars. But I've autocrossed 240SX, supercharged 8.6, EF Honda Civic Si, C6 Corvette, 450 wheel horsepower STIs, like the Bug Eyes. So I have some grip experience of various cars, and then I've been drifting for some 15 years. So a whole lot of slidey boy stuff as well. That is what I do. I also speak Japanese. I was translating for the driver of this car, Akinobu Satsukawa of Abo Moon, at an event a few years back. So stuff that I do. But at the moment, all I'm trying to do is practice some grip runs on Mount Usui or Usui Pass, because I need the practice. We're doing a little Touge battle series in 70s, 80s, and 90s JDM cars on Saturday of this week. That'll be live streamed here on this channel. It starting at probably starting at 11:30 or 12 Central Time. I've got to update that. Doing it early. I'm offline right now. The cars are private, so if you are not already in the Discord and in our Touge challenge It's open to anyone who wants to join, but we have limited driver slots available, and we're only giving the cars out to the actual registered drivers. Effie Mods, what is up? Good to see you, buddy. Tips on drifting on a budget. Real life, get a car that does not require an engine swap in order to enjoy drifting it, which basically means you need a 350Z or a powerful BMW. Pretty much anything else, at least in the States, it's nice to engine swap, and you don't want to deal with that. Don't get a Miata. Don't get a 240. Like, no, they just don't make enough power. Get something that you can just leave the engine alone, because if you don't touch it, it won't break. And that is how you drift on a budget. Trey, awesome first time on the channel. I race Sports 2000 cars. Oh, right on, man. That's rad. The most unique car that I think I've gotten to grip race, and it wasn't wheel to wheel, it was just time attack, was a Super V, one of the like 1960s little like open wheel cigars, 4-wheel drum brakes. The shifter was like a little lever that you just moved like this, like a 4-speed, using Volkswagen Beetle parts. Interesting little cars, very fun, very different. Hey Ben, it's Ben, what's up? Hey man, thanks for teaching me how to drift on Assetto. Happy to help, my pleasure. I hope to see you on the servers. We will see what sort of trouble we can get into. Julian, thank you for the update. Only available slot is in the Datsun 510. Yeah, the 510 it needs some work. We tried to make the cars decently balanced, but at least for me the 510 is not one of my favorite cars to drive. Alright, let's see how that change to the rebound in the rear is going to let my car handle these turns. Usually I don't change a whole lot. I mostly just change, oh god, crippling understeer. I just change alignment a little bit, and usually I adjust the rebound on most tracks. One of the things that I personally find a little diabolical about this particular car is that it has, like, for the first half second or quarter second, it feels like it's got decent turn in, but if you're going too fast, the tire like falls off. It rolls under the shoulder or something and falls into understeer, but you'll think that it's going to grip up and that it's going to bite. Only it won't. Just super annoying. I'll take that. Way too soon. Need to go out wide there and turn that into a single apex. I don't know how many times I'm going to say that and fail to actually do it, but hopefully by calling it out, I'll be able to, which is why I really should be driving slower than I actually am. Alright, this turn guts me every time, so let's actually slow down for it and show it some proper respect. Much better. We picked up close to 2 seconds as a result. Still needed to be on the brakes a little sooner, but we are making up time. So I'll take it. Alright, 353. I have no idea what fast is on this track for our cars. I should probably ask in the Discord. Looks like tire pressures are still sort of cold, so I'm gonna goof with them. It's probably gonna be too much. I think I have a difference from the server. I don't think I have tire blankets on or something crazy. So I'm gonna regret that. But I'm gonna update that. And let's look at the alignment. I want a little bit more front traction. So I'm going to try a touch more camber. And we'll see how that does. Now, usually, paradoxically, I personally feel like on these cars, running less camber actually gives it more front grip in corners, which is not how cars work in real life, but I'm going to try what should work for cars in real life and just see if I think that it actually does. I am not the new angel of Usui Pass sim racing and drifting. Absolutely not. I still need a lot of help out here. Raph, what is up? Welcome, my friend. My best lap so far? Probably what I just ran. A 353. FT Champs, what is up? Hopefully within the next 2 weeks I should have my T300. Oh, you're gonna love that, man. And after I get the Theta, very good. Well, I got videos for you when you're ready to learn, if you haven't already seen them. Cold Trickle, hell yeah. Alright. Days of Thunder is so good. Hey, hello from Russia! I don't know any Russian, I don't think. One of my good friends studied it in college, and I think the only thing I remember is Privyet. I think that's a greeting. But, yeah, shout out. How's the weather in Russia right now? I've never been. But it seems like it would be an interesting place to see. I'd love to see more of the world. Just hard to get the time to go visit all the places. And the money. One of these days, we'll get to where we can, I hope. Okay, so yeah, 353 is my current best time. Do not know if it's a fast time or not. We'll just have to see. Actually, if any of our other Touge Challenge participants are watching, let me know if you have access to the S-Tracker page where you can show some of the lap times. I'm just curious what sort of, like, I don't know, the 4th or 5th fastest time is, just to benchmark myself. I'm probably pretty slow. Yes, very good. Ford versus Ferrari I've seen some of, haven't seen all of it. Bad time to watch a stream? Sorry, Soka. Thank you for tuning in, though. Yeah, it seems like the stream is doing good. I haven't heard any issues from anybody, which is kind of cool. GNAC, yeah, we will be drifting on Friday. Usual time. Hey, Dinesh Piv, thank you for the sub. Hopefully I didn't poorly pronounce your username there, but welcome. Fastest time is a 343. Okay, and I'm a 353. 10 seconds. Given that I'm learning the course, I'm cool with that. I probably won't be able to get to that. I usually don't. But I'd say I'm probably in our top quarter. Our top, like, 5 or 6 fastest drivers. So I should be able to get, I don't know, within 5 seconds of that, 6 seconds of that, hopefully. You guys call it TH8A? I think it's Theta. I've always pronounced it Theta. Bearcat, what is up? Longtime viewer, always love the streams. Say go less power, more balance. Fair. Fair. Well, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Glad to hear that you're enjoying the content. It never gets old. It's always nice to hear that. Oh no, Kisoki, you gotta go to work. Gotcha. Yeah, in that case, Saturday, check out my Touge challenge. What I'm practicing for here, we're actually going to be doing battles. It's going to start either like 11 or 12 my time, which if you are in like the UK or Dublin, that's probably going to be like 4 or 5 p.m. And it'll go for a couple of hours. So maybe you can tune in better there. Get sideways. Nah, man, I'm practicing some grippy stuff, but we're on street tires, so I'm probably going to be doing a little bit of sliding. At the moment, I'm 10th place on the boards. Cool. Thank you. All right. Well, maybe nobody else has practiced either. I don't know. All right, let's see if we can't improve yet again. Hopefully I've got extra front grip now. If I understeer less through some of the big turns, and or if I just remember to brake more. LOL, it's funny how that relationship works. Then I should be able to make some improvements. That is not how to do it. And right now I'm just driving everything in second. There's probably a couple of spots where going down to first would not be a small time improvement, but I'd rather not deal with that while I'm trying to perfect my line, because again, I'm probably going to pick up some sort of moves or habits that just are not relevant. Ooh, need more brakes there. That's what you don't want to do. You don't want to understeer through an entire corner and then exit on the outside. Kind of like that too. That was mid-corner, but still not so great. Do some nice drifts. Oh, turned in too early. That's gonna hurt my time by a lot. I'm trying to just guess where those dual apex turns are, and I keep guessing wrong. Wow, there's a lot less traction in the back now. That's interesting. Okay. I was noticing that the car was just coming unstuck. Not sure what that's all about, but I do not like that. The turn-in feels okay. But goodness. I can't have it just like completely going sideways and washing out when it does. I don't mind if the rear comes loose, as long as the car still like cuts an arc of a turn. But in that case, it really felt like when it came loose, it was just strafing and washing directly to the outside, which is maybe something that better drivers than me don't have a problem with, but I find it disgusting. I need the car to turn more if it's going to come unstuck and be slow. Otherwise, it really messes me up. Still too late on the brakes through there. There's that dual apex that I was looking for. Oh, it could be a triple just about. geez, I needed to stay wide for there. Interesting. Alright, here's the hairpin of eternal doom. This looks like a dual apex as well, unless I go too deep. And it also could be a triple. Interesting. Alright, this is a tough corner. Gotta balance the car. Kind of flubbed it before I had a chance to know how that was going to go. Actually got on the brakes early enough that time. That went well. Did not get on the brakes enough there. That's how you lose battles. Go in too fast, understeer through the turn, easily get past. Alright, so we took a little time off, down to a 353. Tire pressures look decent. Don't know what I think about the settings. I really don't. Yeah, fan of the car sound for sure. Using a Nissan Silady. Thank you, Seamus. That is correct. Yeah, Brap, that HUD element is called Sidekick. If you want to, it's on Race Department, I believe. Alright. Chill Touge? Absolutely. Do I want to change anything else about the car right now, or do I want to just drive the car? That is the question. Let's see what happens if I add a little more front bar. Just a click. Just one click at a time. I make all my changes very slowly. Save that. A little more front bar should make the car a little bit more stable on acceleration. It may make the car understeer a little bit. We'll see. Front bar changes, or really anti-roll bar or sway bar changes, are just weird anyway, how they work. I'm feeling decent about this so far. Okay, don't go up to third, that's a waste of time. Well, that was a huge waste of time, but it was not intentional, so I'm just going to let it roll. Ooh, you can carry big speed through there. Interesting. There's that triple apex. That picked me up over a second. If I can remember to do that and make that consistently a part of my repertoire. Alright, turn of death. Always wipe on this turn. This is kind of a long apex turn where you can go in and out like that. Didn't gain any time, didn't really lose any either. Make sure we stay out wide here. Ooh, I bet there's a lot of time to be gained from apexing that, right? And we flubbed it. Okay. I'm liking that front bar. That feels okay. Teichi, you have to get used to VR. Ah, right, we're talking about VR stuff. Yeah, I get wrecked on VR. I was the same, man. Like 2 minutes tops, and I would feel nauseous for like the next 60 minutes. Like I wouldn't drive a real car. It was bad. And I tried for about 3 months and got maybe up to where 3 to 4 minutes was okay, and I still felt wrecked for the next 60. I think most people don't have it as bad, but for some reason it just doesn't compute for me, at least not with what I tried. I'll try it again once it's, I don't know, farther along. Maybe the tack will get better and it won't be so bad. Luke VT, also talking about the VR, very good. Ikaris, the inside gutters are safe, the outside grass gutters are instant death. First corner of death is a double apex. Ah, yes, 100% it is a double apex. I just realized that. Like I said, well, maybe you haven't seen. I don't know this track at all. I'm legitimately just trying to learn it from scratch. So, obviously I have some opportunities for improvement there. But, we're gonna figure it out. Okay, I think... Well, I lost audio. Hold on. Weird. Okay, well, we're back. We're good. Weird live stream stuff. Might be able to land the accelerator longer than those triple apexes. Probably, yes. We're just learning it slowly, taking our time. Going really faster than we should, but... Let's try again. God, that is such a slow turn. Poorly done. Oh, I could have gone way faster through there. Did that last lap. Trying just very slightly too aggressively. Did that last lap. Oh. Obviously too quick, but I don't care because it's just a simulator. It's probably not the best habit. Alright, so we know that this is a double apex. Better. Alright, let's see if we can get through the end without biffing it here. .354, no better. So it looks like we're going to start hitting the wall about 10 seconds away from the fastest driver tonight. If I have a S13 with a motor that needs work, do I swap something in or try to rebuild? Braden, I guess it depends on what you want to do. So a dual cam KA, if you're wanting to build it into a drift car, a dual cam KA is not really going to be very satisfying. You could rebuild it. You're going to need to turbo or run a some manner of like wet shot of nitrous that's going to give you an extra 75 horsepower or more in order to make that an enjoyable drift build, for example. I don't think a naturally aspirated KA24, which I've drifted for 10 plus years in my own car in real life, so I know. I just don't think it's going to be something that you're going to want to continue with for a long time. So my recommendation would be to either do your research, either plan to rebuild it, buff it up and turbo it, or put NOS on it, although I wouldn't bother with that because you're going to be running it constantly, so I would just turbo it, or plan to replace the motor with something that is going to give you more power, give you more options. It could be a VQ, it could be a V8, it could be a JZ, it could be an SR or an RB20 if you're into that. But 100%, you're going to want more power. Favorite drift car that I have driven? R32 GTST. It's basically just an S13, but it looks cool. Like, it just looks unique and cooler. I haven't gotten to drive a Chaser, so that would be cool. And I haven't gotten to drift a rotary yet. I'd like to try that. Oh, that's true. I hear I haven't really looked into K-swaps, but I've heard a few things. Job outside of YouTube. I'm a jack of all trades. Like presently I work in communications. I have a degree in graphic design, which does help me with the channel and the branding and the thumbnails and all that jazz, and the content creation. But I mean, I used to work logistics in automotive fuel system prototyping. I speak Japanese. I've done some translation gigs, so I'm all over the place. Mostly though, it's like either cars, Japanese, or graphic design communications. Miata is a first car. Man, they are legit. Not the best street cred, however, Miatas are like 8.6s but better. Not as much internet hype, but like they're really, really good cars. They'll teach you a lot about how to drive. Will be good. Alright, Cheesy, what's up? Good to see you. Techie you out. Alright, man, thanks for tuning in for a while. I appreciate it. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna roll. I'm happy to see that the stream seems to be working well. Oh man, you know, if I had unlimited budget, I would love to do a 2-rotor Bridgeport or even a triple rotor in my current drift car. It would just be so unique, relatively unique. I've always kind of wanted to, but I'm not going to spend the money on that when I could have so many more affordable engine options. Unfortunately, I'm incredibly practical about my car stuff. I don't want it to cost any more than it has to. Why did I do that? We're to the point where I start nitpicking. Wow, there's like zero traction if you touch the inside of that. I'm still not convinced about this. You wouldn't think so, but I'm just not convinced about those tires. For some reason, I feel like not having camber up front actually makes the car turn in better. Which should be impossible. But I'm not going to save this. I'm just going to try it and just see how it feels to me. Still have plenty I could improve upon on these sections. God, why do I understeer through that? I just need to use the brakes. Don't be such an idiot. Okay, braking seems to be significantly reduced in a straight line, which doesn't make sense. Maybe I'm just not pushing the pedal very hard. I don't know. There, I didn't actually hit the guardrail quite so early. That worked out decently for me. That did not. Doing that over until we get it right. Okay, nope, it's legitimately worse. Alright, so yeah, front traction is actually shit this way. Well, I'm glad that what works in real life does still apply for this car. We'll go back to what I was running, but I need more front turn-ins, so let's look at these dampers for the front. I'm not really worried about stability under braking. Eliminate understeer. Make the car more sluggish in changing direction. Yes, please. Let's eliminate understeer. Alright. I'll save this as Usui 5. And hopefully I'll start to get the car dancing a little bit more the way I like to. Psycho-Ease, what is up? Yeah, man, I'm back. Oh, so glad to be back. I did soften the front anti-roll bar. No, I stiffened the front anti-roll bar by a click. Luke Van Kareem, what is up? Should do it in VR. I could do it in VR for about 120 seconds, and then I would not be able to do anything but lay on the floor and feel miserable for the next 60 minutes. Unfortunately, it's just not what works for me. Yeah, that less rebound up front is working for me. Probably what I frequently do, not the most efficient tuner, is I do all this, get to where I feel like the car drives pretty well, and then I reset everything to stock. I keep my old tunes saved, but I basically reset everything and redrive the course with the stock settings and retune. Because I frequently find that it wasn't actually a car that needed tuning, it was just that I was driving it less well. And so, as I mess with the tune slightly to get the hang of the car on the track, I'll come back in later. Like here, I'm saving speed for sure over what I had been doing, and it was all just in how I drove it. Curious to see how the car handles these sections here. The faster sections that we're coming into will be the determining factor for this setup. Little bumps, little bumps. Alright, so that got us, wow, from a 353 down to a 350. So that saved us close to 3 seconds. Not bad, not bad. Ainsley, I can probably learn to drift this track once I learn the track. So my secret background reason for why I'm doing the Touge challenge is because in order to learn Touge, it's my belief that you need to know how to grip the course before you drift it. You need to have the course memorized, and a good way to memorize a track is to grip it. Why do some cars put the car in neutral when cornering, or some racers? The only reason I can think of that somebody would do that would be for, depending on how they downshift. So I'll downshift someone I don't need to just to make an example. So let's pretend we need to downshift to first here. Got a few options. You can brake, complete the turn, downshift to first, and accelerate out. But if you do that, you're downshifting to first in your acceleration zone. Like we're coming up here. So like we're in our braking zone, we're gonna shift down to first, rev match the car, and accelerate out. If you wait to shift until then, you're going to be doing your shifting when you could have been accelerating out. So you'll lose some time. If you put the car in neutral early, then it's possible that you can just have to rev match instead of execute the shift, so that might speed you up. So that's also an option. Generally, if you do have to execute a downshift under braking, the big brain move is to do a heel toe, where you brake and downshift in the braking zone at the same time, so that you're ready to immediately accelerate out, as opposed to having to deal with executing a downshift. I don't know, you know, I'm not seeing video of the guys that you're asking about, so I don't know if that is what they're actually dealing with, if maybe they don't know how to heel toe or they're still learning and they don't want to risk it. Otherwise, I don't see why you would not have the car in A gear basically as often as you can. Because if you're in neutral, then at some point you're going to need to accelerate, and before you're able to, you're going to have to deal with executing a shift into A gear. So generally, for me, I try to minimize the time that I'm not in A gear, because if you're in a gear, you can use the gas pedal to control the car, to control its balance and to move it around. And if you're in neutral, you basically have chopped off your right foot, and all that you've got is the brake. So in theory, a lot of the time you either need to be on the gas or on the brake. You don't want to spend a ton of time coasting, except certain corners mid-corner. It's just my guess. You can't heel toe like that. It takes practice, and it also, like, depending on how your pedals are. These pedals are pretty similar to my 240's pedals, and I'm very lucky in that it's not so hard for me to get my foot over here. And there's a few ways that you can do it depending on your pedal set. Some people put their toe on the brake here and actually don't use their heel. They use the side of their foot, like that. And then other cars, depending on how it fits you, you just push down regular. And then the trick is maintaining a similar amount of brake pedal pressure. You're going to come over and blip the car like that. A lot of times when people are learning that, though, they're going to roll into the brakes, and then when they go, like, watch my brake pedal indicator. You can see it on screen there. When they go to do the heel toe, they, like, mash the brakes as well. So that's the trick, is you have to learn the dexterity to pivot and blip without really changing your braking. That was a poor job, but without really changing your braking force much. If anything, I brake a little bit less during the heel toe. Kyrex, my wheelbase is a Fanatec Club Sport CSW. As are the pedals, the shifter, I have one of their e-brakes. Unfortunately, ran into some issues with it, so I'm not using it presently. For those of you who are just tuning in, I do not know this track at all. I'm trying to figure it out on the fly. This Saturday, I have a live stream Touge battle that we're doing here on my channel. Depending on who all is able to make it, we'll have up to 20 competitors, each person in a unique car. No duplicates, although we do have like an S13 Coupe and a 180SX and a Sil 80. So there are effectively 3 S13s, but otherwise we have unique cars. We have Suzuki Cappuccino, we have a Starion, we have all rear-wheel drive. We have an AW11 MR2, 8611, 86 Trueno. What else have we got? A 300ZX, a 3rd gen Supra. I don't like that I made that mistake, so I'm going to start over. Gotta learn to accelerate out of that properly. Too soon. I do that every freaking lap. tiny improvement. All through staying in third gear through the last fifth of the course. Not bad. Hey Bala K8, what is up? Thank you for checking out the stream. JMonster555, what size wheel do I recommend for drifting and grip? I prefer, for a sim, a 330mm wheel diameter. That said, in real life, I prefer a 350 in big cars. Big being like a S chassis or larger, BMW or larger. Tiny cars like Miatas and 8.6s, I prefer the 330 still. Tried to drift on that second corner. Oof. Yeah, a lot of times it's personal preference. I think that I have better control in my real car with the 350. I just like the feel of it better. But in the sim here, I feel like a 350 would just feel like just too big. Kyrex, a little bit late, 15 minutes, but thank you for the sub. Lorenzo DePillo as well, thank you for joining the crew. And recently here we have Sebastian and others. Thank you for sending it and checking out the stream. I stream every Friday, usually starting at 9 p.m. on whatever day it is. YouTube. Yeah, 9 p.m. YouTube. Then around 10:30, we bounce over to the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Kame. So, if you want to hang out with me live, that is usually the time. And we're also going to be doing some Touge racing on Saturday of this week, which we don't usually do. But it's fun to do a little extra. Slightly too aggressive there. Slightly too aggressive there. Yeah, I'm not gonna keep that. If I set a decent time off of a run like that, it's just gonna mess me up later when I try to figure out why was I so fast there. It was because I was driving like a doofus. Beat the car up. Missed time to destroy this thing. How much horsepower does this car have? Not much. I don't know off the top of my head, but I'll tell you that it doesn't make any boost. It makes vacuum. All the cars have been detuned to be a little bit more manageable. The vibe that we're going for are stock cars slightly tuned up for weekend warriors. The sort of cars that you'd see, you know, in the late 90s, where guys would like daily drive them to work, but then on the weekend, late at night, they'd go out and run the mountains. It's kind of the feel that we're going for. So yeah, no, this car that I'm driving right now, it probably makes like 200 tops. I mean, I'm using full throttle and the car is not doing that. You know, it's not oversteering or anything. Bitcoin, what is up? Thank you for the criticism, for the critique. Yes, the entire point of this stream is to practice. I have never cut any laps on this track before tonight, so I'm learning it by crashing the car and going around the turns. Not really worried about it. I have nobody I'm trying to impress. I'm just trying to get better and figured I might as well stream it. If you want to see me do impressive things, I have videos for that. I have streams for that. This is not one of them. Hence the low key. But practice is how you learn tracks, and learning tracks is how you drive harder. So it will be fine. We will have a decent result when it's all said and done. Apparently my brain just shut off there. Did not even brake for that turn, even though I braked for it every other run. Nah.
Damn, it feels good to be a gangster.
All I have, don't spend it at once. Thank you for the tip, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for your support. Just doing what I do, and honestly, I'll use it to help pay off an electrician, because we had a big storm where I'm at that took out a lot of trees and pulled the power wires right off the side of our home. We had to have that reinstalled. So I'm just back online for the first time in 3 weeks. Why did I do that? I can't talk and drive at the same time anymore. I'm too tired for it. I usually can. But yeah, we had to have some work done on the house after storms damaged it. I'm just happy to be back, driving in the simulator again, broadcasting again, clipping guardrails because I refuse to give more than a millimeter of space every few turns. Alright, so 350 seems like where this combination of tune and my level of practice is going to peter out. Feels decent. This is why that sucks. My parents had a similar thing happen to them. Insurance paid for everything. Yeah, I thought about that. We didn't get hurt too badly, but I think it ended up costing like 400 US or thereabouts. And unfortunately, our deductible for our home insurance is like 1,000 or more. So it was something we just had to roll with. Practice running of sims are still better than my serious runs. Man, it's everybody's at their own level. There's plenty of people who, like, I've spent, you know, an hour or something, 2 hours trying to get this time, and there's guys who this is their first lap. Then they set this time. So it's just how it goes. There's always someone better than you. There's always someone better than me. You know, like, that's just how it is. That's what I mean. There's always someone better than all of us out there. We just gotta do the best we can, become better than we were the lap before. Sebastian, what is up? First time here, I just want to say I really appreciate how supportive this community is. Beginner here, but excited to learn. Yeah, you're in the right place for sure. Welcome. We're glad to have you. I assume you're probably in the Discord as well, but if not, check out the video description. Join in that Discord and come hang out. John DM, running on the server because I felt like my car is at a point where I can set a good time. I'm probably not going to hop back on at this point. It's 11 o'clock my time, and I need to go ahead and wind down for the night, really. But we're getting there. Okay, Bob. Hey man, so about a month ago I came in here excited that I got my first wheel and started drifting. Now a month later I'm doing 5-man tandems on maps like Ebisu using your tips. Thank you. Awesome! Dude, I'm really glad to hear that. That is one of the big reasons that I make this content. I mean, I love to drift. I like to document what I do. I enjoy making videos. It's fun. Even just selfishly, it's fun to look back on an event I went to 2 or 3 years ago and the fun times I had with the friends that I met there. So like, that alone is kind of cool. Just as like a personal archive. But the other really big thing is to share how fun drifting is, to show that you don't have to come from a racing family, to show you don't have to be rich, your parents don't have to be rich. You can responsibly, sustainably enjoy motorsports in, you know, not pro spec cars, but you can build a, you know, 270 horsepower 240SX or 180SX or whatever it's called in your country, and you can rip in that thing for years and years. And it can be reliable, and you can have a wonderful time. And you can get good, you know? You don't have to try to go to the top of the food chain and go pro necessarily to have so much fun. So I'm really glad to hear that that's helping you out. Drifting the next one. I can't in this car. It has no angle kit, and I am spoiled on having decent steering angle and geometry. So this particular car I can't. But once I learn the track a little bit more, absolutely. Hikaru says, Usui requires a lot of practice to find the best lines. You've done well getting a 350 on the first day. Thank you. Yeah, there's a lot of places where you can go faster than I'm going by a lot. We'll switch over to our video chat so you guys have some cool stuff to look at. Matt22, thank you for the sub and for sending it. Welcome. There's some Ebisu North Course clips there. Let's see, Neff says, there's this one section you can stay on throttle, but you're coasting a bit right near the end where it's a long downhill that dips into a left turn. It's almost a quarter mile. Yes, I definitely am aware there's a few places where, like, as I'm mid-corner or exiting the corner, I'm like, oh, I could have been on throttle a car length or two ago. And I'm like, I should remember that for next time, but I haven't actually ingrained it yet, so I keep telling myself, like, remember this turn, get on throttle earlier, or position the car differently. And then the next lap, I get to that moment and I'm like, oh yeah, this is the turn I was supposed to change. So it just takes a little bit more repetition. I can tell though that there are some fast sections in this track that I just have to identify, and then I can position the car to go a little bit quicker through them. Ryan Larkin, hey man, it's good to see you. It's been a minute. Yeah, we're just chilling. We're just back online after 2 or 3 weeks of no internet, no electricity, rust storm BS. Happy to be here. Happy to be back. Austin, where do you get the car pack to practice for the battles? So in the Kame Trick Discord, linked in the description, of this video and every video, there is a AC Touge section, and if you DM my moderator for this event, Micro, you'll be able to apply and see if there's an open spot, and then you can go shred. Only registered drivers who are participating have access to the cars at this time. That said, if you want to practice and you don't have the cars, just use the Kunos, like Japanese pack Miata, the old pop-up headlight Miata. It's the closest thing to these cars that is not a private car. Thug Waffle car pack do I recommend for drifting? 1000% WDT Street, best pack out there for stuff like what you see on my screen, where I'm about to dodge ex-FD driver Brandon Wicknick in an IS-300 full of random passengers. It's party events, it's good times. Tora, yeah man, I'm glad to be back, thank you so much. Jacob, what do you got? Are B3s inverted worth the money? I mean, I've not driven them, to be fair. You can invert your pedals in a DIY manner. There's videos out on YouTube all about it. Personally, I didn't want to fool with it. I'm really happy with the pedals that I've got. I've got the V3 non-inverted. I get that the inverted pedals are going to be slightly more realistic. I think that if you're really worried that much about realism, not having a motion rig is a bigger distraction than having inverted pedals. But take it with a grain of salt, because A, we may have different opinions, and B, I haven't actually tried inverted pedals, so I could be wrong. Julian, I'm going to post the Matsuri map. I'll decide tonight, and I'll probably post it either tonight late or tomorrow morning as soon as I get up. Because, yeah, I need to do that. Now that it looks like I can stream and I can control my servers, I'm going to be able to be online, which will be rad. Oh no, Tora, I definitely did not make a 322. The best that I have done is like a 350. I wish. I think the fastest time that we are seeing right now is a 343 with these cars. The cars are very important. L-tuned IS-300 OTM Pizza here. What is up? The Usui Pass downhill is the best Touge to run if you want to both grip and drift. Yeah, it's nice and wide, like not crazy wide, but it's easily wide enough to give you room to do all the maneuvers. Everything's a good speed. I could definitely see it. You saw it? A 322? God, I must have done some goofy stuff, because I don't think anybody's set anywhere that fast. Ping on the US server, I haven't checked it. I do have some work to do there. I've got to, and I have an FTP set up where it'll be a little easier than using Elite Game servers. Regular GUI, but I need to basically download all the cars and tracks off of my UK server that is still existing, Kame Trick Server 2, and move all of that onto the new US server. That will become the new Kame Trick Server number 1. I'll probably do most of my stuff there unless I'm doing an EU event. ADC versus WDTS. ADC is Tando Buddy clones. WDTS has realistic physics. End of discussion. Have I drifted a 350Z? Yes, I have a video. If you just search 350Z drift, you can see the first time I've ever drifted one. Angle kit, big 265-inch tires, good times. Sets on the gauge cluster thingy. Okay. No, I mean it should have been. Well, so this is something different. I don't think it's that. This is usually the lap time that we're looking for. I forget what this is, but I don't think it's a lap time. Because, like, even if I have a bad lap, it's not more than 10 seconds slower than my good lap. So there's no way that if I could run a 319 that I would be running a 350. I would be running like, you know, a 330 on a terrible lap, probably. Alright, well, ladies and gentlemen, probably just gentlemen because that's how the drift life is, but thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and cut the stream. It has been a good time, but I need to get some sleep, and I need to get a little bit more set up for our upcoming regularly scheduled live stream. So, If you're new here and you don't know, I do a drifting stream every Friday starting at 9 p.m. Central Time. If you're in the UK, that is starting somewhere horrible like 4 a.m. unfortunately, because of the time change. But you can certainly tune in for that if you want to drive with us as well. Join the Discord and check out the KT Announcements channel. I post the car packs as well as the downloads for the map that we're going to use. We run street style cars, Matsuri cars. It's a great time. We have some amazing drivers and a cool community in the Discord. We're getting close to 5,000 members there, sim and real life drifters alike. So I hope to see you then. And also this Saturday, we have a bonus stream. It is the Kame Trick Touge Challenge 6th stage here at Usui Short. That is going to happen somewhere in the vicinity of 11 or 12. I will post it. It'll be in the Discord as well under the upcoming streams channel. So look for that in the next couple of days, and I hope to see you Friday night and Saturday afternoon. Yeah, 100% Justin. We are streaming on Friday. We will be there. Noom, what is up? Thank you for checking it out. John said a 406 on the server, gonna call it for tonight. Still getting there. Right on. That's not too shabby. I probably wouldn't be able to do anywhere near what I'm doing in the dark right now. Rough times. Lonely Drivers Club, 100%. Psycho, always good to see you. Thanks for tuning in again. I will see you on Friday. Neff, gonna check it out once you log off. Right on. Did I enjoy drifting it compared to my car? You know, it wasn't too bad. It was, you could tell it was heavier, it was a little slower, both in terms of acceleration by a lot, but my car is pretty tuned, and in terms of like how it would transition, but it wasn't bad. It was pretty graceful. It was very doable. I actually talked about it too. I was happy. Like if I had it to do over again, if my car just disappeared, poofed out, a 350Z would definitely be something I'd consider. They're built like tanks. It doesn't take too much to make them adequate for second gear tracks. They're fun. Carlos, nice runs, fun watching. Thank you very much. Yeah, and I'm glad to be back, Neff. Thank you. FT Champs, good luck. Enjoyed the stream. Hopefully in a month or so I'll be out there. Very cool. I hope to see you on track. That'll be great. How do I tune to get rear grip in WDTS? I actually run them stock. Stock tire pressure, stock rear suspension. I think they make plenty of grip, especially my car of choice, the S13 Coupe. One thing that you could probably do is, well, depends on whether you're looking for on or off throttle grip. If you're looking for coasting grip, you can reduce the gear lockup in the diff, make it more of a 1.5 way. Chat can probably help out as well. Otherwise, the general things are lower tire pressure, loosen suspension, like make it softer, run less rear bar, run more front bar, things like that. Does my stand wobble at all? So, J-Monster, that's a great question. I have videos on building my sim cockpit, and I have videos on actually building my stand. It's all stuff that I just had a handheld like circular saw and a level and a pencil and a ruler. Like, built everything. Anyway, all that to say, what I did, which was kind of tricky, is I have about a finger's width of space between my sim rig and the desk, and so the rig slides under the desk, and the desk has a cutout in it so that my wheelbase can actually slide up closer to the monitors. But no matter how much my rig shakes, it won't shake the monitors because they're not actually touching. So nothing ends up touching. It works great. Have I done an Akina run? Yes, we actually did a Touge Challenge Akina stage. It was like our 4th stage, I want to say. I think I did okay. I had an issue with the stream though, so unfortunately, like right at the semifinals, I think my headphone died and I had to set up a different microphone, and so it's broken into 2 parts, and the second part's kind of sketch. I was doing great, and then when my headphones died, I ended up trying to drive with like the speakers, which are not here. Like I have another desk over there with another monitor that I do some work on, and so I just turned those on and I was hoping I'd be able to drive, but I couldn't hear the tires. I couldn't hear when I was approaching the limit of grip, and so I immediately just crashed or got destroyed or something in the semifinals. And so It's not a stream I'm the most proud of, not because of my driving, but because of the technical difficulties that kind of split it up. But the first half, or the first 2/3, before we cut because I lost my audio, it's good. Look it up. Do I have a list of PC specs? I do. Jazam, if you search my video library for computer build or like 4K editing computer, you can actually see an unboxing video of all the parts and why I got what I got. Granted, I built this rig like at the end of December, so it's a little older. Or maybe, no, like the start of December. It's almost a 2-year-old build now, so it's a little out of date. Anyway, in the description of that video is a list of all the parts with Amazon links. And also, you can watch the video to actually see me talk about the parts and then assemble the computer piece by piece, if that's something that you're into. Is it the vid I uploaded 4 months ago for the 350Z? That sounds right. Yeah. Yeah, I build my own PCs. I wouldn't say that I do PC builds in terms of like a bunch of other people's builds. I'll help my friends if they need help, but usually I surround myself with people that are even better than I am at that stuff. So, like, I don't research parts unless I'm planning a build. So every time that I'm like, okay, it's time to do a new build, I've always got to go out to the community and say, hey, what's good these days? Like, where are we at in the tech scene? Because I haven't been keeping up. I just get educated, make the purchase, make the build, enjoy it for 3 to 5 years, depending on how things advance, and then repeat. Oh, yeah, J-Monster, you watched him yesterday. Very nice. Heck yeah. Trevor, alright, man. Have a good night. Yep. I'm gonna go ahead and go. Thank you guys for tuning in. I will see you Friday night, and then hopefully I'll see you on Saturday afternoon as well. That's always a good time. After we have the battles finish up, we actually get all the drivers who don't have anything else going on. Usually we have 8 to 12 drivers, and we do group runs, like full, everybody bombing down, passing, chaos. We're all on voice. It's hilarious. It's a good time. Texas drift events. I make it down to some of Aaron Losey's Lone Star drift events. I don't usually bring my own car. It's just a pain. I don't own a trailer yet, so I tend not to drive it the 3 to, well, God, they're all in Houston now, except for TMS, so what was that, like 8 hours or something ridiculous? 6 hours? It's a pretty long drive. I haven't been down much this year because of COVID, but usually I get down there at least once or twice a year. So I'll probably be down for 2021. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you there. Yeah, subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see you next time. Have a wonderful night. Peace.